Okay, today is February 2nd, and this homework video is for the Exploring Junior High Math class. This is not the pre-algebra class homework, so 8th graders, this is not your homework. 7th graders and Exploring Pre-Algebra, this is your homework for this evening. And so the first page I gave you was one-step equations, and so I think that's what I gave you first, because, yeah. First we had the order of operations as our warm-up, and then the one-step equation page, and then two-step equations. So I'm going to actually do the bottom half of the one-step equation first, and the reason why I'm doing this is to minimize the amount of questions that you have for homework. Okay, so here we go. One-step equations. There's my street. Remember, what I do to one side of the street, I have to do to the other. When I have a number and a letter right next to each other, and nothing is in between them, it means multiply. So I must do the opposite of what I see. Opposite of multiplication is division. So I'm going to divide by a -4. Remember, when we divide or multiply with our equations, we keep the same sign. Okay? So a -4 divided by 4 is going to give me a 1, basically canceling this out, leaving me k. -4 will go into 52 13 times, and it's going to be a positive 13 simply because a negative divided by a negative is a positive. Let me go over here to number 9, and this is the first page of the homework, which is one-step equations. Okay. Now, this time I do have a sign in between my number and my letter, so it doesn't mean multiply. I must add or subtract. Since it's a positive 3, I'm going to subtract 3. Remember, your job is to get the letter by itself. So the number that has to move is a positive 3 in order to get the letter by itself. 4 minus 3 is 1. Bring down my equal sign. That cancels out. So R. 1 equals R. For number 5. Okay? So number 5, anytime we see a fraction, it means division. So we're going to do the opposite of division, which is multiply. Remember, when we multiply or divide, just like we did up here, we're going to multiply or divide with the same sign that's already there. So I'm going to multiply this with a 4, and then multiply this side with a positive 4. Long story short, remember I showed you in class how this works, but you don't have to show that in your homework every night. This will cancel out. It's not 16. It will actually cancel out. If you don't understand what I mean, ask me in class, and I'll show you again the long way of how this will actually cancel out, leaving you with Z, and then you have your -12 times 4. So we do our 12 times 4, which is 48. And it should be a -48 because a negative times a positive is a negative. Last one for the one-step equations. You have nothing in between your number and your letter. This one you do have something in between. This one you have nothing. So if it's nothing, it means multiply. So you must do the opposite of multiply, which is divide. To get D by itself, I need to divide by a 2. So I'll divide by a 2 on this side. This cancels out, leaving a 1, which is invisible. So I'm just going to bring down my D. 2 will go into 24 12 times. So D equals 12. That is it for the one-step equations, and the next video I'll show you the homework that has the two-step equations. Stay tuned.